What's up everybody, 24/7 Bricks here, welcome back to a brand new video, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you everything I saw at London Brick Festival 2025. Now I did buy some things, so I'll show you all of them at the end, but if you do like this video then please like, share and subscribe, and we'll hop straight into today's video. If you do want to go to one of these brick festivals, I'll put a link down in the description, as they are practically everywhere across the UK, and we'll hop straight into today's video. So London Brick Festival was a really amazing experience. When you first walk in, there's lots of stalls with either retired sets or brand new sets. You see lots of like minifigures on base plates that people are selling, like individual minifigures. There were 3 different unique stalls that were selling pieces, individual minifigures, accessories, and they seemed really interesting and cool, having a huge variety of different selections. And obviously I got super excited when I saw a bunch of chickens all on one base plate. But you also had sellers like Rancor Lug who were promoting Brick Boss's builds. As you guys know, I did a custom review on his AAT, which was really interesting and a really nice sort of build, and it was something different, so go check out Brick Boss and Rancor Lug. You also had Brick Festival promoting their own merchandise with reasonably priced t-shirts, which were actually quite cool and quite funky, which I did like. I didn't actually end up buying one, but again, they do look really cool. Then I came across a stall with this guy who was selling his concept of brick bags, which is essentially a way to store pieces and instructions. So you'd slip the instruction into the front of the bag, and then you'd put all the pieces for that set in the actual bag itself, which is a really cool concept, and it's so much better than Ziploc bags, because over time Ziploc bags do tend to wear and tear. So it's a really cool concept, and I'd really recommend you'd go buy it. I could put a link in the description of the video if you guys would like to, so let me know down in the comments. Then you have stores like this one, which are selling pieces and PDF instructions to all of these different variety of items like Star Wars lightsabers, sonic screwdrivers from Doctor Who. You can also see a Pokeball in there, which is quite cool. And finally, my favourite stall throughout the entire event was this sort of pick a brick / pick your own accessories for your minifigures stall, which was really cool, and they had a bunch of different varieties of items, which range from Star Wars, Medieval, Warhammer, a bunch of different things. They had cloths, helmets, weapons, so many different varieties, and this is probably the thing that I spent the most on when I was there. They also did have their own version of Pick a Brick, where they had a bunch of random pieces in a bunch of different tubs, and you'd spend like, I think it was like £8, and you just shift through them and pick out as many pieces as you want, which was really cool and really interesting to see. However, you couldn't get anything in bulk, as it's a bunch of just random pieces. Now also at these events, there are a lot of displays that people have made and brought to the event themselves, which is really cool and is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I did actually speak to one of the guys who were at one of the Rancor Lug stalls, and he was saying that you can either go to Brick Festival or Brick events, which I have yet to go to, but he was saying that Brick Festival can be a bit picky when it comes down to custom accessories, and essentially what I mean by that is they want all the models to be pure Lego, no accessories, no custom modifications, stuff like that. So it has to be completely made entirely out of manufactured Lego bricks essentially, which is really annoying, as a lot of builders and designers now actually use custom accessories and modifications for their builds. But he was also saying that brick events are a little bit more lenient, and they don't actually mind if you use custom accessories for your minifigures, which does seem a lot better. However, he did also say that he was able to bring his custom stuff despite Brick Festival saying they were not really okay with it. So I did get some insight into what it's like to actually display at these brick festivals and stuff like that, which was really helpful, as I do, like I said, want to do this in the future, so you guys can actually come see all the models in person, which is quite cool. But one thing that I am really disappointed about is that there are not very many models. I really wish there was a lot more displays and dioramas, as that's the whole really point of Brickfest. You're supposed to come down and show what you've got and show what you've built. So I think they are actually struggling for builders. But if you do want to build, then go ahead, because they do give you gift vouchers for actually displaying, depending on the size of the table that you're using. So they do actually give you gift vouchers for displaying, so just keep that in mind, which is really cool. Now, I definitely recommend you go and display it, as it is a really fun experience, and I will definitely be trying in the future to see if I can show off what I've got. But despite there not being very many models, there were still quite a few in general, and they were all really well made and all really well designed. They looked incredible, and like I said, I just had a really fun experience at London Brick Festival, and I definitely recommend that you guys should go. Everyone I spoke to was really nice. I got lots of information on displaying, spoke to quite a few different traders about what it's like to trade, as well as what they were selling, and they were all just really nice in general. So I hope you enjoyed all the stuff that I saw and all the stuff I spoke about, but now we're going to just show you everything that I actually managed to buy. Now I've got a few different types of pieces. I've got 25 of these dark green 1x4 plates, which is quite useful, and I think I'll definitely try to use these in a mock at some point. I've got these brick sand green 1x2s, which again I'll try to use in a mock. There's 25 in each bag, and they're only £4 a bag, which is quite cool, so they were quite cheap compared to a lot of other things. And this is the stuff that I bought in bulk. Now this was from the sort of pick a brick seller that I told you guys about with all the accessories. I got a free white Darth Vader helmet that was custom molded. Got some DC series rifles and blasters. We've also got the DLT-19, I think it is, from Battlefront, with a clone sniper rifle. We've got the A280, I think it is, the Rebel blaster. I've got 3 of them. We've got a pauldron for a clone trooper. We've also got General Grievous's cape here as well, which is quite cool. I'll definitely be putting it on my General Grievous later on. We've also got this Stormtrooper heavy blaster. I don't know what the actual designation of the blaster is, so we'll have to look at that later. And we've also got again the DC series rifles and blasters and stuff like that. So we've got a nice selection of different blasters and stuff like that. There's quite a few there. I think I spent 25 quid on all those blasters and stuff in total. And I decided to get some Warhammer stuff for a friend. I'm currently working on something for one of my friends, so I decided to give him a little bit of a freebie, so he'll be getting that soon. Now I'm really annoyed that one of the boots is missing, so that's not something I could really help. I've sent them an email, so hopefully they'll send me a replacement for the boot on one of these Warhammer figures. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Go enjoy London Brickfest, or Brickfest in general, for yourself. I'll leave a link down in the description, and I'll see you in next week's video.